Have you ever wondered which villains might make a comeback in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Could Loki return? What about Red Skull or Ultron? Here are 10 villains who could possibly return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, despite being dead or missing. Number 10. Red Skull. Red Skull, also known as Johann Schmidt, is one of the main antagonists of Captain America. He first appeared in Captain America, the First Avenger, as the villain and leader of the Hydra organization, with whom Captain America fought during the Second World War. After Captain America, the First Avenger, it seemed like Red Skull had died. But he returned in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame as the holder of the Soul Stone in Vormir. Although he was believed to be trapped on Vormir forever, there are possibilities for his return. Even the Russo brothers, who directed those Avengers movies, have said he's not bound to Vormir, hinting at a possible comeback. So he could make a possible return in Captain America: Brave New World. Or maybe he is hiding in the shadows and planning his next move, as he did in Avengers Twilight. Being a powerful villain with a huge fan following, Red Skull has the potential to return. He is a man who is capable of rising to power unnoticed and becoming a potential threat. Fans are still waiting for his anticipated return. Number 9. Loki. The God of Mischief is another favorite and loved character in the MCU. Loki, who was first presented as Thor's adopted brother, evolved from a completely evil figure to more of an anti-hero. He first made his way onto the big screen in Thor in 2011, and after that, he was featured in 7 movies. He was last seen in his own Disney Plus series Loki, where he explored multiple versions of himself through time and multiverse trickery. In the last episode of Season 2, Loki becomes the living vessel of a life tree spanning across the multiverse. He is now condemned to spend eternity alone at the end of time and appears to have no chance of escaping his present situation. While Season 3 may not be in the works, there is a chance we could see Loki again in Avengers 5, along with Hulk and Thor. Due to his mischievous nature and unpredictable alliances, he is a very flexible character who can be reintroduced in many exciting ways. Nevertheless, the audience would be engaged and entertained. Marvel Studios, of course, realizes that fans are incredibly fond of Loki, which is why it's not a secret that the character will be back in the MCU soon. We might even get to see him in Thor 5. Number 8. Scarlet Witch. Based on the analysis, Scarlet Witch has a very high probability of coming back in a standalone effort. It has always been rumored that there is a series or maybe a film in production based around her character. Elizabeth's Wanda Maximoff, commonly referred to as the Scarlet Witch, was a notorious character in WandaVision, 2021. She also ranks equally with Loki among the most beloved and iconic MCUs in the Marvel Universe. However, she began as an anti-heroine and became a villain in Wanda's vision. She last worked in the franchise in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in 2022, and her fans are eagerly waiting for her return. The MCU needs to bring her back to do justice to her fans, as she was given one of the most unfortunate fates in MCU films. Audiences were excited to see Scarlet Witch in action for the first time in Multiverse of Madness, but the movie ended with her death, making the audience dissatisfied and yearning for her return. Luckily, there's a chance Scarlet Witch might return in Paul Bettany's Vision series, which is planned for a 2026 release. Her return could bring back excitement. It can also lead to new, interesting developments for her character in the MCU. Number 7. Ultron. As one of the most powerful characters ever introduced in the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far, it would not be a challenge for Ultron to make a return. Surprisingly, his return to the MCU has already been confirmed. You heard it right, he is going to be featured in the new Vision series, which is scheduled for release in 2026. Ultron was designed by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, and was voiced by James Spader. He first appeared in Avengers: Age of Ultron, 2015, as an AI programmed to maintain world peace. Nevertheless, his peace-bring method was terrifying. It demanded the assassination of the whole population of the Earth, which means the destruction of humanity. However, his destructive actions led to his apparent death at the hands of the Avengers. Although he was created as a peacekeeping program, He ended up turning against humanity because he saw people as the biggest threat to peace. His intention to destroy all humans made him a deadly enemy to the Avengers, making him one of the most ominous and iconic villains in the MCU. Even though he was defeated, many people are expecting him to make a comeback in the future. Fans are excited and can't wait to see how his new story will turn out. Number 6. Justin Hammer. Justin Hammer is a villain who made a memorable impact with just one appearance in Iron Man 2. Even though he only appeared once, his charisma and ambition left a strong impression. Since then, he hasn't been mentioned or seen in the MCU. However, his character proved that it could make a strong comeback in future MCU series and films. Fans have been hoping for Rockwell's mysterious villain to come back for over 10 years. The actor himself has hinted at it several times. After a long wait, Hammer is expected to return in Armor Wars Phase 6. The story will focus on the destruction caused by Stark's technology falling into the wrong hands. Fans think Hammer might come back to take his revenge or to prove himself against new threats. With his resources and influence, he could be a key character in future MCU stories, especially if he teams up with or fights against new villains. As for now, there is no teaser about the show. However, audiences are eager to know how Justin Hammer will fit into the current Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 5. Dormammu. Dormammu, the ruler of the Dark Dimension, is also expected to return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe again by the year 2025. He was the main villain in the movie Doctor Strange, released in 2016, where he appeared as a villain who wanted to conquer other dimensions and make them a part of his own. However, he didn't get successful and was defeated by Doctor Strange. He trapped him in a time loop, where Dormammu kept seeing the same moments of defeat. This clever trick made Dormammu agree to a deal and leave the Earth, ending his threat for the time being. Despite the fact that Dormammu has been defeated, he has a chance to come back in Doctor Strange 3. Given his energy and motives, he can become a significant antagonist or an enduring threat that could be confronted by Doctor Strange. Audiences are eager to know how this cosmic villain might return and what problems he can pose to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 4. Thanos. Thanos, portrayed by Josh Brolin, is arguably one of the most popular villains of the MCU. He first appeared in the Avengers 2012 and became the central antagonist in Avengers, Infinity War and Avengers, Endgame. Thanos is considered to be one of the best MCU villains. He is obsessed with Goddess Death and is also famously known as Mad Titan. Thanos has died several times in the comics. There are high expectations that this strong villain can come back in 2024. Thanos' return is said to be 90% confirmed, but not all fans are pleased about it. They believe that the MCU has many other intriguing characters that should be given a chance to shine. Even so, Thanos' return could bring back some of the intense drama and high stakes that made him such a memorable villain. His return might recreate the excitement and tension that fans loved in his earlier appearances. Number 3. Gore the God Butcher. This October, Gore the God Butcher will come back to Marvel Comics for the second time with a new task to complete. Yes, you heard it right. He is returning once again for another thrilling adventure. Gore the God Butcher is a powerful villain in the MCU with a dark and compelling story. He lost his faith in God after losing his family, and since then, he is determined to destroy them. After fighting against gods all over the universe, Gore was finally beaten by Thor. Fans thought that his revenge ended with his death. However, it's not true. He's coming back with a new target, to kill or maybe absorb Jean Grey, also known as the Phoenix. How he came back is still a mystery. And according to the preview for Phoenix number 4, Jean Grey will soon come face-to-face with Gore the God Butcher in his grand comeback to the Marvel Universe. Number 2. Red Hulk. Red Hulk, or General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, is one of the most famous characters in Marvel comic books. He was a general in the army who evolved into the Red Hulk due to exposure to gamma radiation. Despite having superhuman strength, he died fighting against a villain named the Maestro. But the story doesn't end there. Red Hulk is coming back in the new movie Captain America: Brave New World. This time the character will be portrayed by Harrison Ford, which will add new layers of meaning and passion. Fans are excited to see how this legendary actor will show Red Hulk's fiery rage and complex motivations. His performance is expected to take the character to new heights. With Ford in the role, Red Hulk's return is expected to take a new turn, being more powerful and exciting than ever before. Number 1. Phil Coulson. Phil Coulson is a beloved character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He has always been a hero, but there's a chance he could come back as a villain. Coulson has faced many tough situations and made many sacrifices. What if these experiences changed him? The constant battles could have made him bitter and angry, pushing him towards revenge, right? Just imagine our hero Coulson coming back as a villain with a grudge against the Avengers and SHIELD, thinking they let him down. This change could be due to a tragic event or being manipulated by a powerful enemy, turning him against his old friends. His deep knowledge of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s secrets would make him a dangerous enemy, capable of causing a lot of problems. Coulson's new goal could be to destroy S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers from the inside. He knows their strengths and weaknesses, making him a big threat. Seeing Coulson as a villain would be a big surprise and add depth to his character. It would force the heroes to face someone who knows all their secrets and tricks. Bringing back Coulson as a villain could create an exciting storyline with emotional and intense battles, making the MCU even more thrilling. Fans would be eager to see how the heroes deal with this unexpected enemy. Although the storyline is still not confirmed, there are possibilities it might take this turn. That brings us to the end of this video. However, before you leave, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.